Hello, greetings. This is Gillesmansillon. I come back to speak about spirituality, some ideas, thoughts, my personal views and ideas. But I've been working on this internal process, and spirit has revealed to me so many things. And now I feel I enjoy sharing, talking about that, sharing for those who are listening to this video. Are already attuned. You're already on your ascension path, or you're already there, or you're on your way there. There is no choice, no other choice for. So I wanted to talk about the idea that the third eye, at the center of our brain, we have this third eye, the pineal gland, needs to be activated. So it will be, if it's not yet, if it is, it will continue to activate more and more. And it is really our connection point to the world of spirit. The third eye is the focal point of the ascension, although the heart is really where we are connected to love and the creator. Ascension depends on our ability to open our third eye and to allow this energy, the interaction of energy, to happen through our third eye. And so it is an essential, it is the part where we can interact with spirit, and we can have a force spiritual experiences. It is not something we can force. We have to allow, it only comes when it comes anyway, for we have beliefs that we have so many powers, but not in the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm, we need to align, attune, and then it comes. For understanding that, for those who can believe in, understand that, is that God is without limit. He's only limited by his own volition. When he created all that is, it shows certain limitation for growth purposes, and so everything is only limited by eternal and infinite wisdom. So he knows certain things we don't, and we have to accept that and tune into that. To that understanding that we have this source that is all loving and all wise, that wants to bring us into this realm of beauty, of truth and goodness. It is as if we as light workers, we have to become like this philosopher named Leibniz, 17th century German philosopher, who said he was the lawyer for God, the attorney of God. For God does not need an attorney, he's God. but they need people to explain from what we understand, so in our own limited, humble heart and humble perspective, what we know and what we believe, to that those energies, those to understand how things work, and the solution to the solution of love and inclusion is always what we'll have to. For there can be no, this process of ascension, we have very powerful guides, but they're not allowed so much to interfere. It's for us to call on them. Same thing with the ascended masters and the archangels and so on. They are not allowed to interfere in this process of ascension, because we need to come in to our own power. And so it will come. It will come by step. It's ascension and descension has been going on ever since the creation of the universe of universes. It's going to be continuing for eternity. So it's about understanding. We want to find this position of inner serenity, lucidity, peace, where we can receive ever more and be empowered. The energies of life are converging through our personality. Everything is converging through our personality, and God knows all things because He's the center of personalities. He sees all. He's the creator of the personalities, and therefore in everything that any personality experiences, God knows, because on top of which there is the I Am presence. But even if there wasn't any the I Am presence, being a personality, it means that God knows exactly what's going on all the time in the life of every created beings. Just as all spiritual energy converge in the eternal sun, and all mental energy converge in the infinite spirit, those are the paradise deities. Yet there is the higher cosmic mind, the God of time and space. And so we want to align with those forces. We want to always be listening to hear what life is telling us. For when we came down here to experience life in this physical plane, it was very, very courageous, because we knew it was a world that was filled with fear, filled with negativity. It's like even this fear and negativity is dominant within the program of Earth. So it's for us it's a challenge, but it's very to turn to nature. Within nature, we'll find love and spirituality. We'll find positivity. We'll find the connection, the reconnection to the true nature of the earth. after we die, we also have, we all have to die eventually. This does not really exist, but to let go and move on to the next plane. But we all have to heal traumas that happened here. So we will get a really big break, in between lives. We always get this big time of healing, and because in heaven there is everything is gentleness, everything is beauty, everything. There is no interference in relationship to this divine love that flows constantly. So there is an exercise. Imagine yourself as a great divine being in heaven, vast, expansive, eternal, and you're connected to all the amazing beings that are your guides and angels and archangels, and you're all there. But you choose to, as we choose to come down to this physical material realm, this impure and heavy world in relationship to the light and light world. Imagine this light world, and you're up there in this light heaven. Visualize a white stairway before you, and you see that it's going all the way down to this planet Earth. And so you're there and in heaven, and you start going down the stairs, but you realize you have to let go of this connection of all those magical, amazing family of spirits that are so close to us, that are our guides and soul and spirit families. And as we go down, we start. There is we let go of that for a little while, of that heavenly reality, and as we go down, we realize that we still are higher self. We're still these beautiful, divine, eternal beings, but we're holding by our hand a little child, and this little child is going to become the incarnation that we have. So it's about letting this child know that it will always be surrounded with love, always surrounded with kindness, always surrounded with this eternal energy of spirit, because as a higher self. So from there you realize your relationship from your higher self to your lower consciousness on the earth. And the goal of that process is to bring back this child to heaven, to channel the energy of soul. Because when we're not in physical incarnation, we have no emotion, and there is nothing to transmute. So that's why we come down here, because there's still things that we need to learn from and grow from. So it's not always easy to understand, this. Know yourself as your higher self. Call on your higher self and feel surrounded with love and gentleness. So and you can always, whenever there is a problem in this physical life, always remember that you are this little child, but you also have this divine being above you that can come down, and so the relationship becomes more anchored. That although there was a separation that was created in order to experience this life, to forget everything, that now there is this recall, this memory recall. Let the child know that it will be supported throughout his whole life with unconditional love. For we are both this lower self and this higher self, but eventually we want to be fully empowered with a higher self, move into this soul frequency, so that this little child will find full contentment in heaven. I'm going to pull a few cards from the Angel's Tarot. The situation is encountering. It's about meeting. There are some people that we're going to meet. There's always new wonderful people. For in Ireland, they said a stranger is a friend you do not know yet, and so it's all about developing this ability to be open, to make new connection, meeting new people on the base of friendship. What goes around the situation is love. It's about feeling the love, feeling the not sentimental love. I'm not talking about love from the angel. It's not sentimental. It's the appreciation. It's about to feel the goodness. What we see before us is authenticity. It's about being true to ourselves, and to be forgiving. To this little child needs to be, the higher self can forgive the little child, for it's only a child. No matter how important we think we are, or how much we believe we know, as Socrates said, and Apollon confirmed, is that the wisdom of mortal beings is very, very little. From a higher standpoint, we only consider very little children of the universe. That's all we are. So it's about being humble and continue to grow from there. From our inner self, from from a subconscious, what's below, what's the past, is intuition. We are opening new doors to intuition. Where we are now is friendship. There is new bonds of friendship, old friends that are coming back, new friends that are coming in, and so it's there's going to be some very solid relationship. I feel it coming to me, and it's going to be quite wonderful. We're going to be moving towards our mission, our higher mission. We all came down here with certain desire to accomplish certain things, and yet we've already done that. And so now we are moving on to the next level, and after this life we'll come to realize that we've achieved so much more than we even planned before we came to this incarnation. So it's about never devalue yourself. Always know that whatever happened when it's not pleasant, just let it pass, but there is so much good that comes out of this of our presence on the earth actually right now. What we see, this is our strength in the situation, is determination. It's about being determined. What comes to us from the outside world is choice. For everything comes down to choice and intention. Choice and intentions are very, very, even if we make the wrong choice, if our intentions was right, we'll be okay, because we're learning from the negative choice, from the wrong choice, with something to learn. But even if our intention is not positive, we want to move back to positive intention. It's just important but that's very personal. What we feel in our inner emotion is departure. It's about living, traveling, and the outcome is the solution. The solution is there. There is a solution that is about to unfold and manifest as the outcome of this process. And I wanted to discuss a few more ideas today, to make a bit longer, so someday I have a little bit more energy and time. So human beings do not realize, and then I'm going to discuss a couple of ideas on societal ideas. Very just a point of view, I'm not pretending to hold any truth. We all hold our own truth. For the earth it's a wonderful gift. We were given this planet. We don't realize how precious it is. We don't realize how divine it is to be. It was created as a garden, the Garden of Eden, but then man wanted to play with darkness, and so it separated good from evil, and then it became a struggle. But the earth originally was a 6 and 7 dimensional being. It was called Gaia. It was a spirit. It was a beautiful, beautiful archangelic energy. But then she accepted to go down to the 4th and 5th dimension and became Terra. And then it went down even further down into the 3rd dimension to become the earth, which is a material rock, which is very uncomfortable for the planet. We need to realize that we're living in this sacred body of the earth. And so in essence, there is people that are protectors of the earth, and there are people that are enemies of the earth. For it's mostly greed and ignorance, greed and selfishness, and that some people, groups would attack the planets like this. For there was extraterrestrial beings that came down about 30,000 years ago that are very famous. The Greek gods and the Egyptian gods, they were positive entities that came down to the earth to teach the art of civilization to men, and they have achieved a great deal. For the Greek gods, they brought music, they brought sports, they brought grapes, they brought all kinds of gifts of things we use right now. We do not know where they come from. The eagles come from Venus, the guitar come from the Pleiades, we've been receiving, the horses come from Arcturus originally. So this planet is like a melting pot of extraterrestrial energy, and we all have extraterrestrial connections. In this planet, the problem is that humanity have cut too many trees, they polluted too many rivers, they have polluted too much the air as well, they are muddying the water. And so it is about this awareness. We have to become aware and responsible for ourselves, and but it's not about being to fall into guilt or anything. It's about bringing more consciousness so that more people and more people and more people come into this understanding of living in harmony with their planet. For we have to let go of our own personal will at times in order to allow the divine will within ourselves to lead our life. For there is this golden gates that will open in the Ophiuchus constellation. It's a divine Christic constellation between Sagittarius and Scorpio, and then there is the silver light, in between Taurus and Gemini, and so those points of all the polarities needs to be aligned, and so the zodiac is being overseen by Andromeda mainly, the angels of Andromeda. And the light of the sun is transforming all planetary energies, and even all the planets of our solar system will have different impact on us as the solar system ascends. For within the law of one is knowing you are God. But then knowing you are God and acting like God is two different things. God understands this inner, our true self, understand all our limitation, but it is not always easy to be in full empowerment regardless of what the situations are. So it's something that the science of unconditional love is something that we need to practice to become. For unconditional love is not divine love, but it is the gateway. It is what connects us to the Creator, and from there we'll discover divine love, which is far greater. And so. For we have this higher self, this divine self, eternal being, but we are also children of the universe. We have this human self that's bounded by memories and circumstances. So it's about being to be more cool, to let go of a lot of things that are no longer necessary. And for that we have our own Christic self, and the Christ is a bridge between the high am presence, the higher self, and the lower mortal self. It is the will of God, unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, and the one that can provide the fusion. It is both attuned to the higher self and to the lower self, and it's always in fluctuation in order to bring the energies into balance. But we can draw on this energy. We can always also call on the Master Sananda, Christ, Yeshua, however we want to call him for. He's really a wonderful friend. He will always assist us, but they're not really allowed to interfere in our life, but they will assist, they will guide, they will show us the way, all the Ascended Master. And for we have created all kinds of injustice in this world, but it's their own creation. The injustice cannot be fixed the way we think we're going to fix it. What we need to let go on the emotional level is the trigger, our emotional response to those things. For once we let go of the emotional response to those things, we see clearly, and from there we can align to a more balanced situation. And we can always ask for healing from our guide, assistance. We don't need to know what needs to be healed. We don't need to know why or how. We just need to ask if we want to be whole, we want to be full, and we want to clear up this base. There is an archangel that we can call on. His name is Saint Alphonse. He's a great archangel of wisdom, and he's very accessible. He works in the base, and we need to clear up this base. So we can ask for assistance. And so I just saw that I come, so I took a... I'm going to speak about a couple of ideas about society to rebound on some sorts. Sing a song. So I just wanted to. This is a drawing of inspired by Mondrian. It's quite fine. It's initial 2005, and this is a very important painting on cosmology. For importance, it's rather large, and it took me quite many years, and it kind of works together. But there's many details, and those will be subject that humanity will have to integrate within the next 1,000 years. Then we'll move into spiritual reality. All of this will be given directly to all beings. But for now, we are living here and now, and so we can always integrate. We don't need to wait for anyone to catch up on that. We can always, for God, it is like we were the only beings created in the universe. It's as if the Earth is the only being created in the whole galaxy. So it's like we're all on the individual process. For if we were not conditioned by our inner condition inside, the Christ could have not ascended, the Buddha could have not ascended, all the great masters could have not done their ascension because humanity wasn't ready. So it's knowing that this is happening, yet there is we need to stay in touch with, not consciously, mentally, intellectually, but to understand that we're participating in this elevation of energy. Since 2012, we moved into the fourth dimension, but humanity hasn't caught up with it yet, and will be emerging into the fifth dimension. So I hope this message was interesting for you. I sang the song in French, but I wasn't really prepared, so I'm going to sing another one. I'm going to pull one more card. So I'm going to sing a song. It's a song by Adam Clayton, Lawrence Muller, David Evans, Paul Hewson, and Bob Dylan. It's called Love Rescue Me. Love rescue me, Come forth and speak to me. Raise me up and don't let me fall. No man is my enemy, my own hands imprison me. Love, rescue me. Many strangers I have met on the road to my regret. Many lost to seek to find themselves in me. They ask me to reveal the very thoughts they would conceal. Love, rescue me. And the sun in the sky makes a shadow of you and I, stretching out as the sun sinks in the sea. I'm here without a name, in the palace of my shame. Say, love, rescue me. In the cold mirror of a glass, I see my reflection pass. See the dark shades of what I used to be. See the purple of her eyes, the scarlet of my lies. Love, rescue me. Yea, though I walk in the valley of the shadow, yea, I will fear no evil. I have cursed thy rod and staff, they no longer comfort me. Love, rescue me. Sha-la-lam, sha-la-la-la, sha-lam. A-la-lam, sha-la-lam, a-la-la-la-la-lam, sha-la-lam, sha-la-lam, sha-la-lam. I say love, love, rescue me. I said love, climb up the mountain. Said love, I said love, oh my love. On the hill of the sun, I'm on the eve of the storm, and my words you must believe in. Oh, I said love, rescue me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, I'm here without a name in the palace of my shame. I said love, rescue me. I have conquered my past, the future is here at last. I stand at the entrance to a new world I can see. The ruins to the right of me will soon lost sight of me. Love, rescue me. Great songs. I think it was U2 was the main sing it for this song. For love is always there. Love is, but sometimes love is silent. Love can be anything. Even the lack of love is made of love. It is just by contrast, the law of opposite makes it possible in this world of duality. Yet we're moving forward each and every day. We're learning new things. We've been groomed. We've been prepared to become ascended master. No, there is always, as soon as we start on this ascension path, it is as if you're already back home. Huh? For the card of the day is anger or alimentation. It's about understanding the craving, understanding how we nourish ourselves. To nourish yourself we nourish just as much from physical sin, such as water and food, as from emotion. For the emotion that we cultivate within ourselves are very essential. So we want to be very very discriminating and try to sometimes to compromise certain pleasure in order for our physical health and clarity of mind, and to liberate certain programs. There is no judgment in relationship to our daily habits. Yet there is many things that we do in this society that may not be fully in alignment with the divine law. I'm not really sure why it may not be necessary to speak about this, but anyways, it's just personal view. I just comment, but on certain things, it's like in France. First, I wanted to say that I made a comment a few days ago that phone companies made a lot of advertisement, very aggressive, like they want to sell, of people playing with their cell phone in their bathtub. And I say, well, I'm very surprised that the censure didn't stop them from doing that. Of the CSA, those who control the ethics in every broadcast on the channels, and I say it's very surprising there is not more accident. And in France, I saw that on TV. They said that already 4 teenagers died this year from using their phone in their bath. So it's like we wouldn't think to use a toaster in a swimming pool. So do not use your phone in the bath. But I'm very surprised that they allow this promotion of those ideas. Another thing is that there's this French candidate to the city of Paris that had somebody stole a sex tape from him, and now he's abandoning his political career. For life is all about perception. Politics is about perception. But there is nothing wrong if it's between consenting adults. There is nothing wrong about having a sexual life. For I've never made sex tapes because I thought it was intrusive on intimacy. But there was no. Have this kind of it's not really my thing, but and if you do make sex tape, there is nothing wrong about that. But do not live in a connected phone or a computer, because it will be hacked. It will be hacked, stolen, and utilized. But in essence, there is so many perverse and dangerous things. Like we spend billions on wars, and this is like completely legal and completely acceptable. Yet having a sexual life is completely unacceptable when it's presented. I'm a politician, so I should not have a sexual life. If somebody shoot him at this, he can have as long as it's between consenting adults. I don't think what's wrong. It's like, on the contrary, it's like, well, I'm a man or I'm a woman. I have a sex life. It's natural. I don't see why they see sexuality as something perverse when violence and brutality and war is something completely acceptable. Even to children, we're selling that. Just sort of a rebound on that is just something that went through my mind. Another thing is that all those new synthetic viruses were created to create pandemics, but they will not succeed. Whether it is this new virus, it was a biological attack on China. For those who created those viruses, it's easier to create a biological war than to declare an open war. But they are galactic beings. For this, the free will the free will that is given to those beings to create those viruses. Yet the planet does not want its population to be evacuated through that process. So they authorize the galactic to seize 99% of those viruses, but the 1%, and then they decrease the potency of the viruses. But those, the AIDS and the Ebola, all the SARS, all those things were a synthetic virus. They're biological weapons. It's not communicated. We don't. It's like the free will to speak about this, but it's just a point of view. But we'll see that this eventually will come into the surface, and understanding also that the immune system is very powerful. It can resist many things. But if somebody puts a mask, not because it's in a place where it's like very contaminated or because the air is very polluted, but if somebody puts a mask just because of fear of a virus, it's sending a message to the immune system: I am afraid, so diminish your potency to protect me because I put this mask. And then those people become much more vulnerable to receiving more sensitive and more more vulnerable, let's say. So it's about understanding your immune system is here to protect you and not to take an unthinkable risk, but those things will end, and it's like a desperate act of the what we call the deep state, the Illuminatis, to final. They're really trying to eliminate billions of people so they could keep the control, because they see people are awakening. They're tired of being played out by their governments in some sense. And so, those are heavy things of the Earth's world. I do not spend too much time on those things. Just focus on being your higher self and bringing this love from your higher self, surrounding yourself, your lower self, your physical life, with gentle, with kindness and love and beauty, and to always be, to all never remember you have this higher self beyond time and space, that is great being of divine light, and that knows the truth, and that is serving evolution by this experience of life. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Namaste.